Another question. Okay, so the last couple interviews we were talking about crime ratings, and kids that were young that having life in jail. So I have a question: is there a high crime rating for homeless people, or no? Or
I'm not really sure what the actual number, if there's a percentage of kids who are homeless. Obviously, if you look, you guys did a great job of kind of identifying some of the statistics, that kind of apply here. And so when you think about, the actual number of kids who are, getting picked up for offenses and things like that, I don't have any hard statistics that said if you're, in a situation where you're homeless, this is going to equate to this percentage of kids that get into trouble with the court system or not. What we do know is that it certainly ups the ante a little bit in terms of that you're more at risk because you need to, you need to survive, right?
Right.
So perhaps you're going to put yourself into situations where, maybe you're needing to eat something, so you steal to provide food for yourself. It's cold outside. You need a pair of socks. You need a coat, something like that. So you might get picked up for something along those lines. You might, because you are vulnerable. You guys threw the statistics out there in terms of, like for instance, approximately 1 in 3 youth will be approached for sex in exchange for money, food, shelter, or drugs.
Right.
So 1 in 3 kids who are on the street, that's a real thing, right? So they might be picked up by the police for being involved in something like that. So their risk levels go up is kind of the answer to the question. It's a good question.
So we have heard the term at-risk youth quite a bit. Can you define that for us?
Sure. At-risk kids, well, I like to think of any kid under the age of 18 as being at risk. I have a 14-year-old daughter, and while she's an awesome kid and she does great things, despite her parent, she's at risk because, you guys can speak to this probably better than I. Every day at school, you're probably given choices, right? Maybe you're seeing stuff that's not probably the best thing for those folks to be doing, or you're maybe given an opportunity to be involved in something that maybe isn't the best choice. And so when I think about the word at risk, I really think of any kid under the age of 18 as at risk, because there's just so many things that you're kind of bombarded with on a daily basis that that kind of questions and puts into question the choices that you have,
the opportunities that you can
Correct.
I understand what you're saying.
Correct. You can take you can take this path, you can take that path, you can keep kind of stay on the straight and narrow path. It just but it again, and then sometimes it's stuff that you're not even aware that you're involved in. You may find yourself with a group of friends that that are pretty solid and they've always been there for you, but maybe they decide to do something that you're not really comfortable with, but it's like, well, geez, these are my friends. I'm not going to bail on them, right?
Right.
So you find yourself in a situation where something happens that's probably not the most positive thing. Well, you're part of that, right? So you're at risk for that involvement, and you're at risk for the choices that that you're going to be making to kind of go down that path.